Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to stop the bleeding on your IRS tax debt problem. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. If you add that up, I've been doing this 50 years. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. This is the home of the 5-minute or less video. I can tell you everything you need to know in 5 minutes. I am a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I've been on national TV a lot, maybe, I don't know, in the last 3 months alone. You can look at my videos and, more important, my team at 777irs.com. Got a bunch of former IRS agents, tax attorneys on there. We handle all cases. Usually we handle larger cases. We're available for free consultations. I do these videos for 3 reasons. So you don't get ripped off, you know the truth. I give you insider information from IRS when I can, and I just have you try to make a logical decision about your IRS problem. The only way you can stop the bleeding to try to go ahead and settle your so you can settle your IRS tax debt. How do you do that? The only way you're going to actually stop the bleeding is by filing an offer and compromise on your case to settle your debt. The other 2 programs extend the bleeding. They are currently non-collectible and payment agreement. Those are the only way that you're going to stop the bleeding on your cases. Let me just tell you about the other 2 programs. If you call IRS and they put your case into currently non-collectible, that means they bring the case out in 2 years. It goes into a hardship right now, and then at the end of the day, you will go ahead and have that case re-looked at. They'll want a new financial statement to keep moving. IRS will grab your refund, penalties and interest grow. It's just the way that works. So the other one is you make a payment agreement. Well, the payments keep running and running and running and running. They grow interest and interest and interest and interest and penalty and penalty until you pay that off. The only way you can stop the bleeding is through the offer and compromise. That is the debt settlement program, forgive tax forgiveness. But you got to make sure you're eligible for the IRS tax forgiveness. It's just not, people see ads on TV and they jump. Oh my God, I can settle my debt. Look what this one company said. They get an advertising. Oh my God, I'm going to settle my debt. Most of that stuff is all crap. IRS accepted 14,000 offers in the entire United States. I am an offer specialist, by the way. I taught the program at Internal Revenue Service. I used to accept and deny offers and compromise. So don't make a knee-jerk reaction on that. About the offer and compromise program, there's an IRS pre-qualifier tool you should look at first. It lets you know if you can settle your debt. It's fairly accurate. There's changes that can be made, but you go to IRS pre-qualifier tool, and at the end of the day, you can find out at least whether you're eligible. If you want to settle your debt, there's 2 things you need to be cognizant of, and these are the 2 things after reviewing them. And by the way, myself and Peter Salinger have worked thousands, maybe 2,500, I don't want to say 1,000, maybe 2,500 offers and compromise. We're 2 of the most formidable people in IRS settlements, but I want you to know this. IRS is drilling down on your assets and your monthly expenses and income. So before you jump into this and say, well, boy, I can stop the bleeding, you got to know what the program is. You need to be qualified through a tax professional, whether it's us or somebody else. You have to speak to 1 of 3 people, either an attorney, a CPA, or an enrolled agent. Why? These are the only people licensed to talk on your behalf to IRS. Ask the person when you call them, are you an attorney, a CPA, or an enrolled? If they're not, they're a salesman. Get off the phone with them. They're trying to get in your pocket. They don't know what they're doing. So IRS, when they drill down on this offer and compromise program, they want to know what your asset base is. If you've got the assets to pay the tax, like it's tied up in equity or a pension or equity in a home, and you can pay it off, they're not going to settle your debt. It's for people who can't settle their debt. IRS is going to fix the amount of expenses you can have. They're not going to give you all your expenses. IRS is going to drill down on the National Expense Program, the National Standards Program, and they're going to find out if you're eligible. The National Standards Program was set up by the Department of Labor to fix expenses in areas and regions and counties, so you can't put down anything you want. For instance, where I live, you can only live on $1,800 a month for food and for housing and utilities. Anything over and that's going to go back in the hands of IRS. So anyway, I just want you to be aware, if you're going to stop the bleeding, you got to do that through the offer and compromise program. If not, then you're going to continue to pay the debt, or it's going to either be suspended through the hardship program, or you're going to be making it through the payment agreement program. If you have any questions, call me. I give a free consultation. At least you know the truth. Give me a subscription. I'd appreciate it if you would. If you want me to do a YouTube on something, give me a shot. I'll look at it. If it's good, I'll do it. By the way, if we take a case, I want to see your financial statement. It's the only way I can tell you whether I can settle your debt through the offer or not. Thank you, and thank you for the subscription.